Hello everyone, welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. Okay, we're in my daughter's room and we're looking at this somewhat redone nano tank. It's actually one of my bigger nano tanks. I think this is a 10 gallon. It's this really cool, no black rimmed edge, kind of round curved glass. And I have been keeping it running a lot cleaner with less tannins because I'm using Purigen in the filter. Look it up. Purigen really works. This tank was always a kind of dingy brown, which did not hurt the fish, but I got weary of looking at it. I wanted something more crystal clear and aesthetically pleasing, so the lovely colors of these wonderful creatures would pop. As per usual, there's the school of all male endlers in here, different kinds from my guppy tanks. They're all fish that I raised from fry, and they're for the most part purebred endlers. There's a couple fancy guppies in there, older males. You see one there, a little bit of a shredded fin. They're becoming aged, and that's what happens. Nobody picks on anybody. It's just not. It's sort of like when your hair falls out, I think, in a manner of speaking. But the big new stars are these four coral platies, red coral platies. They're such lovely. They're a condensed version of the platy, a live bear, and they don't get any bigger than this. So you see them in comparison to the Endler. The size is very manageable for a nano tank. So I have four, two males and two females. I'm hoping they breed, and if they do, I'm hoping their bright red fry do not get immediately consumed. I have some reason for hope because there is a ton of cherry shrimp breeding and their little babies. You see one down there, they're not being consumed, so the red wag platy fry will look similar and be of the same size, and hopefully these endlers will leave them alone. I'd love to see that actually. And I love this fish. Look it up. It's underrated because it keeps a small size. You really can manage them in smaller tanks. Obviously, they like bigger, so you don't want to get any less than this one. And I think this is a 10 gallon, but such perfect coloration, and the structure is wonderful. You get the round tummy, the bright inquisitive eyes. They school, or rather they stay in reasonable proximity without a tight school, but you can always find them. They're aggressive in a good way in that they see their owner and they anticipate food and they come to the tank. And they seem to offset certainly the green plants and that incredible piece of bogwood that I have as a centerpiece for this tank. But they also seem to get on very well with all these other fish. You can see, despite this intense bioload, I have an immaculate carpet here of aqua soil. So carpet's not really the right word. There you see a couple large Amano shrimp marching across the substrate. It's funny, they're both doing their thing in unison. Probably a pair. With Amanos, you can get spawning in freshwater, but you cannot ever get viable babies because they need brackish to salt water for the young to grow up in. But the adults are fine in freshwater. So this tank, I'm really pleased with it. It's one of the older tanks in my collection, but as I said, it used to be a lot more tannin filled, and now because of Purigen, it's got this wonderful crystal clear water and all these fish, and the plants seem to have been taken to it as well. This Anubias, let me show you. It's a rhizome that started way in the back, and look at that thing marching like a soldier all the way across. That's actually soil that's stuck. The leaf is pushing against the glass. You see what could be a flower or probably another leaf emerging up. That thing's going to climb right up like a pothos, like a house plant. That's just awesome, and it takes a while for that to happen. It's a slow growing plant. So I've become really enamored with this tank after almost becoming frustrated to the point of taking it down. But now here you have it. And the 4 Coral Platies, look those up. They're inexpensive, they're awesome, and they stay small. And of course the ubiquitous Endler, a wonderful denizen for your nano tank, although if you put a female in there, you will get overpopulation. That's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and as per usual, always keep your hands in the tank.